Welcome to DDT Wrestling Podcast. It's me, JB, and our special guest once again is Braden. So we're gonna go over wrestling topics from this week and previous week since it's been a little hiatus.
Yeah,
Riss is still on travel. She will be coming back to the States soon. So with that, let's talk wrestling. So I'm gonna start and talk about Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair and that promo from last night. Charlotte ate her up. I'm losing confidence that Tiffany Stratton can really be the champion. I don't know what their plans are, if they're going to let her go over at Mania, but it's not looking good. Like, I just feel like she's not taking it to the next level. I don't know if, and I've said this before, I don't know if she's not comfortable being a face in this, but Charlotte is just, it looks like a little girl and a woman. And she's just not in the same league. And I'm kind of prepared for them to just put that title on Charlotte and maybe start over with Tiffany because I'm just not very confident with that. What did you get out of that?
yeah, obviously, Tiffany feels like she's not as strong as Charlotte. Charlotte's coming back, so they kind of feel like they have to build her up because they need her to be dominant again. But Tiffany Stratton's just not being built the way how we expected her to be built.
Yeah.
And even last night, Charlotte's like, everyone gets compared to me. Just because you're blonde doesn't make you me.
That was like a mic drop. Like that was devastating of a line to use. I almost felt bad when I watched that. Like, come on, like I don't know what happened to Tiffany Stratton that was in NXT. Like, that's who she needs to be. I don't know if she needs a faction or something or like a flunky like Chelsea Green has, but it's just not working. I'm not believing her. I mean, maybe they're gonna have her go over at Mania and then work it from there, but I just don't see it. So that's where I am with that. Next, I want to talk about the Naomi and Jade interaction. Finally, they let Naomi get her comeuppance, I guess, a little bit. She kind of got the upper hand last night, but the last two times she dominated Naomi, and I don't know. I guess they're building to a WrestleMania match. I need something more to make me believe that Naomi will beat Jade. I want them to add the meta girls to this. They're effective heels. You can have Naomi as like their mentor, and it has Jade. She has to overcome three women. Like, I like that. I think that would work. They could torment her throughout the what we got 3, 4 weeks left until Mania. They can torment her, and then she finally takes all three of them out and gets the pin on Jade on Naomi. Maybe she pushes her into a car and then everybody goes home happy. That's where I am with that one. What do you think?
Obviously, like I was looking at the matches last night and like Liv winning, I was kind of surprised. I thought they were going to give Jade a win to give her a win to start building momentum, but they built up how they're building this match with Naomi, with having her kind of get involved and mess up with Jade. Then Liv obviously capitalized and won. So you're kind of thinking like, what are they going to do with Jade? But eventually, we're going to get this moment probably where Jade wins at WrestleMania and everyone becomes happy again.
Right. I think it made sense for Liv to go over in that match because yeah, Naomi showed up. She interfered with her. She used the title, knocked her in the head. Um the Hills she's the Hill. She had to give us a reason to believe in this fight. So I think that's what that was. And Liv, I don't know what they're building as far as for the tag team titles. I don't think unless you have Naomi and somebody go for a title, I don't know what they're gonna do. Um, but yeah, I think Liv going. I was surprised she went over. But because I feel like they're still building. They're trying to build Jade as this. superhero. She looks like a freaking superhero, but um, I think she needed to get that. Liv should have gotten that win. I like that decision there. Um, but they're moving, but I still think that they got to do something to make it look even because you just look at them standing across from each other. Jade's a Greek goddess. Not that Naomi is a slouch, but I was looking at the match from between Zelina Vega and Piper Nevin, and I was like, gosh, Zelina's so short like, compared to her. To me, that's what it looked like when you see them two standing with each other. But I need her to get more heat going into this. Like I don't think Jade should have been able to touch her after she got her in the elimination chamber. She shouldn't have been able to touch her or hit at the her finish and move on her the following week. But anyway, I still need so far that's two matches I talked about that I need a little more heat. I need a lot of heat added for Stratton and Flair because I'm not interested. There's a little more heat because there's actually is a women's match with story that's not about a title, which you never see. So I kind of like that. But that goes into my third topic about the women. And all right, if Rhea Ripley is included in that match and it's made a triple threat, why do we need a Royal Rumble? Why do we need an Elimination Chamber? If someone can just write their name on a contract, and I know it's Rhea Ripley, if they can just write their name on a contract, what is the point? That takes any credibility from those matches. To me, it looks lazy. Like I don't know what they're cooking. I Even if they do something like, all right, Rhea has to fight her way to get into this match. I hate that. That doesn't change what I just said. If she has to fight some people to get into the world title match, she didn't win the chamber. She didn't win the Rumble. Anybody can do that. As a matter of fact, the people you had Bianca Belair say that. You had a few of the other women on the roster say the same thing. Zoe Stark said that on Twitter. Oh, I guess I don't have to win a chamber anymore. I can just go and write my name on a con. You're starting something that you don't want to, you're opening a can of something you don't want. Well, a man could do that. CM Punk could have wrote his name in that, you know. Um, Drew McIntyre is so pissed he can just go write his name on a contract and get himself in a triple threat match with Jay and Gunther. But that's a whole nother story because I feel like that match is losing a little steam. But I'll stay with the women. Um, I think they wanted shock value so much they put that title on EO. But I don't know. We'll see what they cook. They got 4 weeks to make this work. I don't like Rhea being added to that match, but I don't know how you have a WrestleMania without Rhea Ripley in there. What do you think as far as if Rhea Ripley added to that triple threat match? Where are you with that?
I kind of always saw a triple threat match because I had Liv winning the chamber and having them three going into a triple threat match with Liv putting herself in by messing up Io and Rhea with a disqualification. But with the way they had Bianca building it, the way Rhea won or the way Io won, Rhea's trying to say that she kind of should have won because of disqualification, but that's kind of her fault for getting mixed
Right.
up and all.
Getting distracted.
And she even looked over at Bianca before she tried hitting that riptide from the second rope.
Right.
Then Io took advantage and she did what she was supposed to do.
So again, we'll see what they cook up. I don't like it at all. I don't know how you have WrestleMania without Rhea in an important match, but this ain't the way to for me as just some guy that watches wrestling. It just is not for me. I need to hear some logic to it. But anyway, my fourth topic. CM Punk Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns all hate each other apparently. I don't know why that match is happening. I get Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. They have history. That's like storytelling for years ago. WrestleMania 40, Roman could have ended Cody, but he had PTSD and he had to go over and take out Seth, and it cost him the world title. Like there's story right there. I get that. But then you had CM Punk, who I was guess, he has to be in a main event. And I'm assuming this match is going to be a main event. Punk has to be in a main event. And then he has a favor, which we still don't know what the favor is. He was going to allude to the favor, and then the fight broke out. I don't think they know what the favor is, actually. Anyway, what is this fight? What is this match for? Like, I guess they hate each other. Is Paul Heyman somehow, oh my God, I'm the wise man for the tribal chief, but I'm a CM Punk guy also. And like, Punk to me seems like a third wheel. Or maybe Seth Rollins is a third wheel. Like, it to me, that match, that's I literally just went through four matches that I have a question mark. Now they're gonna cook. Those guys are amazing. Um, they're gonna do some promos. Maybe they can build up and make me believe it. But as of now, I don't know what that match is even for. It's wrestling. They hate each other. They're mad. But anyway, where are you with this triple threat that may or may not happen?
When Roman and Seth originally got eliminated by Punk, and then Punk got thrown out by Logan Paul, and Seth took out both of them, I kind of thought it could have been that, but then you're like, CM Punk's got to win the chamber. He's got to get into the main event with Cody. So, well, after seeing how the chamber worked out, this kind of feels like his only other option. Because who else did they throw him in a match with? Logan Paul.
We don't like
But
that.
now Logan Paul is with AJ Styles over there. So this is kind of his last choice now.
It's probably the most highest profile match you could have. And it's if you have Roman Reigns, it's going to be the main event. He gets his main event. It's not for a title. I mean, he always just said the main event of Mania. He never really said it had to be for a title. So there is that. But again, I almost feel like it's going to be a good match. Seth Rollins can, if Seth Rollins could probably wrestle me or you and make it a great match. So, um, it's going to be a good match. I haven't bought it yet. Given 4 weeks to go, maybe I'll buy it by then. But I, and now that we see hindsight, now that we see with Cena's heel turn, um, we see how that's going. And I love that promo. I, you know, um, you know, and I think I said before, I thought Punk should be added to that match as his favor. Now that I'm seeing it, I don't think it needs Punk. Like Cody and Cena, that's heat right there, and you got The Rock involved right there. So, but anyway, I don't know what this triple threat match is for. I guess it's wrestling, and all it takes is I don't like you, you don't like me. Let's have a match. So, um, that's it. That's where I am with that. Uh, share your thoughts online, comment. Where are you? How about you, Braden? What you got? What are you bringing to the table?
And my first topic, obviously, we kind of touched on it a little bit, but Roman Reigns' return. I like how he helped Rollins win because now Rollins is going to hate that he won that match with Roman Reigns giving him the win over Punk
That's a great
because
point.
he wanted to beat Punk so bad. But Roman gave him the win, and now he's not as satisfied with it.
That's a great point because we see how arrogant and the dude. I mean, if he really doesn't like Punk, he is an amazing actor. The look, the facial expressions that dude has when Punk is around is amazing. Like he has complete disdain for Phillip Brooks. He hates he hates Phillip Brooks. Like, um, so that's a really good point that he wants to be the guy, just like he stomped CM Punk in the Elimination Chamber. He caused him to miss going after that in the world, going after the world title. I'm sure he wanted to be the one to close it out and not get help from Roman Reigns. So that's actually a really good point.
And adding on top of that, I look they brought the favor up because as I brought it up last time we did this, the favor felt like it was just going to be thrown out, and I didn't want that. But the favor needs to be used effectively. They can't just use it to where they throw it in there because they already said it.
Right. I do like the tidbit. They teased it. He said it, but then they went somewhere else. Like I think the brawl started. So that's actually good that they did that. So okay.
My second topic, it's I have Io and how she won. The way they did it the week after, that crowd kind of like made that slap when she took out Rhea and Bianca, and they're like, "That's the person we don't got to worry about. It's just us two. We can duke it out." But no, Io just got in there and took out both of them right there, and that kind of built her up.
I got a funny feeling she may retain. The way you know, they're dismissing her, and they like to do the one thing to trip us all up. Everyone's predicting that it's gonna be Bianca that wins the title, or now maybe Rhea. They might trip us up with that because you saw Bianca smush her, and then you see Rhea, smush her. Then Bianca did it again the following week. She smushed her in the face, kind of being dismissive of who Io is. I got a funny feeling that she's retaining that title, but yeah, that the slap, the crowd will make any match, no matter even if the match isn't that great. If like and I talk about this all the time with my girls, like Roman Reigns doesn't do anything as far as like moves or anything. He does a lot of punches, kicks. He'll do a spear. He'll do a Superman punch, maybe a suplex, maybe. But the man is telling a story with his facial expressions. He gets the crowd involved. And I'm telling you, like, the crowd can just make anything. That's why I'm a big fan of just storytelling over like a person that can do 300 Canadian destroyers off the top rope through a table on fire. If you can get in there, like you look at Randy Orton, he doesn't do anything. Everything he does builds up to eventually when he hits the RKO, but he's stomping, punching, he'll do a suplex. That's kind of where they are now. Like you get to that status, you ain't got to do nothing in that ring but tell a story and get that crowd involved. But yeah, that crowd definitely like made that moment. So yeah, that's definitely a good point there. All right.
My third topic to close it out, I'd like to talk about what will WrestleMania's Night One main event be? Because there's multiple matches that have the case to do that, and I would like to bring up a few of them. You obviously have Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. That's self-explanatory. You got three of the biggest stars in the industry and how they are so dominant. But Io, Rhea, and Bianca, that's like a sleeper one that could main event. It's like you had the names and if they keep building up the story, then it would work. But the one that I'm also stuck on is Jay actually gonna get a main event or is he gotta start? Because the way I see night one going, if he main events, then Jimmy Uso could win the US title that day. And them two close out the show in the ring together.
You have a good point, but I don't share your optimism with all of those choices for the main event. I am going to take with an ink pen. No, a magic marker. Night two, main event is John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
That one's locked in.
That's locked in. Night two. So we're only talking about night one main event.
Yes.
There's no way. Now, if the match starts to get heat, oh, first of all, I'll even say this. Jay and Gunther are starting WrestleMania. I believe Jay and Gunther are starting WrestleMania. It's not going to be the main event. I'm sorry. It's just not. It's losing steam. I thought we would be yeeting the night away, when this all started. But something about it, it feels like it's losing a little steam. You just said you got three of the biggest stars on a roster. I would be. In wrestling, is you're either first or you're the end. The middle matches you don't want to be that because they're easily forgettable, depending on how great the match is. They're not starting the show. I think my prediction is Jay and Gunther starts night one because you'll have the world titles on different nights. And the main event is a triple threat between Punk, Rollins, and Roman. And night two, the opener is Io, Rhea, and Bianca. That's my prediction. Nothing's moving. Nothing's moving Cody and John Cena. Nothing's moving it.
But to
But
add on to
I don't think you have Roman Reigns not in a main event. Yeah.
and to add on to my WrestleMania Night One stuff, if we look at the Royal Rumble winners, WrestleMania builds and programs compared to what the Elimination Chamber did, it's miles better for the Elimination Chamber. Because out of Chamber, you got Cena, Bianca, the Jade storyline developed, CM Punk, Rollins, and them that developed even further. But at the Rumble, you got Jay, Charlotte, and then the start of the Roman and Seth and Punk.
Well, look at what happened. So Charlotte won, and Tiffany Stratton can't carry the feud. She's not carrying a feud. Like she's not looking like her equal. It's Charlotte basically has to carry this whole feud. And then I can't explain what is happening with Gunther and Jey Uso. Because Jey Uso, he gets the crowd reaction, but maybe I don't know if maybe they got him involved with like Otis and all of those. I don't know what happened to Jey Uso's steam. He's still a top guy. Um, I can't put my finger on what happened to that match because before, like I said, I thought we'd be eating the night away in night one. And then whoever was going to be facing Cody was going to be the night two main event. But that is, I believe, you know what? It could be switched. You could have Io, Rhea, and Bianca start the show. It's got to be a hot match. A hot match is going to start WrestleMania. And those are my top two candidates. I can't think of any other match. Definitely not Tiffany and Charlotte. That match, I mean, those women can work. They're gonna have a good match, but it's just no steam. How much do I care? Like, but you brought it, man. You had some really good points. You're like a thinking guy. You're like you get analytical with your points. I really like everything you brought. Um, but yeah, I can't wait. I am excited for WrestleMania. It's just some matches that I'm a little like iffy about. How do you feel about WrestleMania?
If they can develop some of these Royal Rumble storylines like Jay and Tiffy, then they could have a more stacked card, like compared to last year. Last year's card was stacked; it was insane, as you had The Rock in them. But we'll see. The Rock could be here for WrestleMania again. He might not wrestle, but he might be there.
Write this down in ink. The Rock is gonna take a stunner at WrestleMania 41.
I hope.
The Rock is gonna take the stunner that he should have gotten last year at WrestleMania 41. Cody might even get a stunner. Like, I think everybody's getting a stunner in that ring. Travis Scott, John Cena, whoever else wants to come into that ring. But that's kind of how I see that. But that's it. That's what we got. We just talked wrestling. Those are our highlights for the last few weeks of the world of WWE. We appreciate you watching. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and comment down below what you think. Where's WrestleMania going? How do you feel about the heat of these matches? But with that, thank you for watching DDT Wrestling Podcast.
You just can't get up from that.